Walking versus running. Which one helps you live longer and keeps your blood vessels healthier? Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Martin Williams. Today, we're going to finally settle a question that has been floating around for decades, but never really answered in a straightforward way. Is walking better for longevity and your blood vessels, or is running the real secret to living longer? You may have heard both sides. Some say running is more intense, burns more fat, and is the real deal for heart health and long life. Others believe walking is gentler, easier on the joints, and far more sustainable, especially as we age. Honestly, both arguments sound reasonable, don't they? But, as with most things in life, the truth isn't always found on the surface. It's often hiding where you least expect it. Let me tell you a little story to illustrate what I mean. I live in a cozy community just outside Portland, Oregon. It's a lovely little town with tree-lined sidewalks and a scenic river that winds along the edge of the park. There are three neighbors I often chat with, folks you might even relate to. First, there's Mr. George, a 68-year-old retired high school teacher and a devoted runner. He's up at dawn every day, rain or shine, jogging along the Willamette River Trail. You'll see him in his windbreaker, earbuds in, and a focused look on his face. Running is his religion. Then there's Mr. Frank, a quiet, thoughtful man in his early 70s. He's not one for high-intensity workouts. After dinner each evening, he takes a long, slow stroll around the neighborhood. 45, sometimes 50 minutes, never in a rush. He always waves politely and stops to smell the flowers, literally. Now these two men, George and Frank, couldn't be more different in how they exercise. Yet there's one thing they share in common. They're both remarkably healthy. Their checkups are uneventful, their blood work is clean, and they're rarely sick. One day, another neighbor, Mr. Harold, came rushing over, holding his latest lab report in his hand like it was a winning lottery ticket, or maybe a red alert. "George, Frank," he said, "you two are the healthiest guys around here. One runs like he's training for a marathon. The other walks like he's got nowhere to be. Tell me, which one's better for your heart? For living longer? I've got to know." George thumped his chest with pride. "It's running, no doubt. Gets your heart pumping, strengthens your lungs. It's like a tune-up for your entire cardiovascular system." Frank just smiled and said, "Walking's my speed. It's kind to the knees, easy to keep up with. Anyone can do it and stick with it." Harold walked away more confused than ever. So, guess who he came to next? That's right, me, Dr. Williams. He asked me straight, "Doc, which is it? Walking or running? What's really going to help me live longer and protect my heart and blood vessels?" So today, I want to give you the answer. A real, evidence-based, down-to-earth answer. Not something vague. Not trendy hype. Just the plain, scientific truth that your body can feel and your life can sustain. And here it is. Part 1. Walking is not inferior to running. In some ways, it's even better. You might be surprised to learn this, but walking, yes, just brisk walking, can be just as effective as running when it comes to living longer and protecting your blood vessels. A landmark study from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health followed over 70,000 women for 14 years. The researchers wanted to know how daily activity, specifically walking, affected long-term health outcomes. They discovered that just 30 minutes of brisk walking each day lowered the women's risk of dying from cardiovascular disease by over 30%. That's huge. And here's the kicker. It wasn't running. It was walking briskly. So, what does brisk walking actually do for your body? Well, let's take a look. It activates your microcirculation, improving overall blood flow throughout your body. It stimulates what scientists call the calf muscle pump, the second heart of your body, which helps push blood back up to your heart and prevents clots. It increases insulin sensitivity, helping manage blood sugar levels and reduce metabolic strain. It encourages your blood vessels to produce nitric oxide, which keeps them flexible and slows down hardening. It reduces chronic inflammation, a key driver of atherosclerosis, that's hardening and narrowing of the arteries. You might think walking is too gentle to matter, but science says otherwise. Think of it like gentle maintenance on your car's engine, Not flashy, not loud, but it keeps everything running smoothly for the long haul. Brisk walking for 30 minutes a day is like giving your blood vessels a daily detox. And for many older adults, it's the most sustainable, lowest risk way to maintain heart health. Part 2. Running has big benefits, but it's not for everyone. Now, don't get me wrong, running does have real advantages. It burns fat faster, boosts cardiovascular fitness, and releases feel-good hormones like endorphins and dopamine that help fight anxiety and depression. The Copenhagen City Heart Study, a major long-term research project in Denmark, found that people who jogged moderately, 2 to 3 times a week, for about 20 to 30 minutes each time, had 5 to 6 years longer life expectancy on average. So, why don't we all just lace up and start jogging? Because here's the issue, especially for folks over 60. Our bodies change with age. Cartilage thins, joints stiffen, and ligaments lose elasticity. Jumping into high-impact running can do more harm than good. Studies show that over 60% of older adults who try to take up running experience some kind of joint or muscle injury within 3 months, usually knee pain, backaches, or strained muscles. I've seen this too many times. A patient gets inspired, buys fancy running shoes, downloads an app, starts running, and ends up on bed rest within a week. So, what's the lesson here? Running is wonderful for those who are physically ready for it, have good knees, manageable body weight, and are willing to build up gradually. It's not about toughness. It's about sustainability. True health comes from safe, consistent movement, not from high-intensity heroics that leave you injured and discouraged. Part 3. Should you walk or run? Here's how to decide. Let's bring it all together. Whether walking or running is better depends on you, your body, your health, and your lifestyle. Here's how to make this smart choice. Option 1. Choose brisk walking if you have elevated blood sugar, high cholesterol, or joint issues. You haven't exercised in a while. You want something gentle, safe, and sustainable. Brisk walking is low risk, heart-friendly, and can be done almost anywhere. It's also easier to form into a long-term habit. Option 2. Try light jogging if your weight is under control. Your knees are in good shape. Your heart and lungs are strong. But take it slow. Don't push yourself. Allow rest days. Always listen to your body. Option 3. Combine both if you can. If you're able to do both, say a short jog a few times a week plus daily walking, you've hit the sweet spot. That's what many longevity experts now recommend. A balanced, joint-friendly routine that supports metabolism, heart function, and emotional well-being. So what's safer? A wise physician once told me, your blood vessels are like highways. Walking keeps the traffic flowing gently. Running is like the fast lane, great if you're trained, but risky if you're not. Don't let social media or your neighbor's fitness routine dictate your pace. This is your body, your life, and your path to health. Part 4. What truly makes a difference isn't intensity, it's consistency. A final question I often get is, how long do I need to walk to see results? The answer? Daily brisk walking for 30 minutes is more effective than one intense workout per week. In fact, a Harvard Medical School report found that consistent daily walking lowers your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, and improves overall life expectancy by more than 5 years. And it does this through improved vascular elasticity, so your arteries stay youthful, a lower chronic inflammation, less damage to your heart and brain, better metabolic control, which helps manage blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol. Walking the right way. 4 simple tips for better results. 1. Stick to a routine. Morning after breakfast or evening after dinner are golden hours. You'll support digestion and avoid post-meal blood sugar spikes. 2. Wear the right shoes. Invest in a pair of walking shoes with shock absorption and non-slip soles. This will protect your knees, ankles, and lower back. 3. Coordinate your breathing. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. It keeps your rhythm steady and relieves mental stress. 4. Aim for light sweat. You don't need to drench your clothes. A slight sweat and a light breath, where you can still talk, is the sweet spot. One last story before we wrap up. Remember George, Frank, and Harold? George adjusted his routine. Instead of 5 miles of running, he cut it down to a 2-mile jog and added 20 minutes of brisk walking after dinner. His knees feel better now, and his heart's still in great shape.
Frank?
He's been walking the same way for 30 years. Doesn't have the muscle tone of a marathoner, but his blood pressure is perfect, and he's never stressed. That calm consistency is his real strength. And Harold? He didn't exercise at all before. But since spring, he's been walking every morning and evening for 30 minutes. His blood pressure dropped from 160 to 135, and he's sleeping better.
See?
3 men, 3 approaches, 3 results. But the real winner? The one who stuck with it. So the next time you ask, which is better, walking or running? Know that science has already whispered the answer. It's not what you do, but how long you do it. A commitment to movement. A refusal to sit still. A promise to show up for yourself every day. That's what keeps your arteries clean, your mind sharp, and your future bright. Don't sit too long. Don't walk too slowly. Don't give up after one day. Every step you take is an investment in your own longevity. Start now. Lace up. Step outside. Give your heart a reason to beat stronger tomorrow. Let's walk, not just toward better health, but toward a better future. Thank you for joining me today. If this message moved you, please subscribe, share, and come back tomorrow. Let's grow together, age gracefully, and stay active, one step at a time.